What's up, YouTube? I just saw Cocaine Bear yesterday, and I thought I'd give a little spoiler review on it since I have a drug related YouTube channel. Going into this movie, I had some expectations actually. I knew it was going to be stupid, but I was going to enjoy it. It was going to be like stupid enjoyment. But I walked out of the movie theater like, that was stupid, and it was just stupid. It wasn't like, you could enjoy it, but like it's a movie I never want to see again. And if you're going to see it, I know I should be saying this at the end of the review, but if you're going to see it, don't be sober because I saw it sober. Bad idea. I have a list of positives and negatives here. There's clearly a lot more positives, or a lot more negatives, excuse me. The positives I'll go first because there's only four that I've written down here. I could have probably found a lot more negatives, but that review might be a long time, and I don't want this to be that long. I'm not going to monetize this or anything because I doubt YouTube would monetize something with cocaine in the title. Positives, the bear and the effects and the CGI. I'd probably say the bear was the best part of this fucking movie. He was probably my favorite character. He did the best acting, computer generated bear. It seemed like, what a bear would do if it was on coke and survived, run fast, kill people, want more coke. Who doesn't get addicted to coke? So I thought they did that pretty good. And people are complaining they didn't show enough of the bear, but I thought there was a good amount. It's not like Godzilla where they showed Godzilla for like 20 seconds throughout the whole movie. But yeah, the bear was just fine. The bear was great. Did a lot of good kills. And yeah, there's a lot of darkness in this movie, so that probably helped out. With creating the CGI bear. But yeah, overall, like the bear was just probably the best thing about this movie, and that's what you really want to see in it. You don't really want to see the dialogue, and you want to hear people talking about lives and stuff. Just show the bear for real. And this is my problem with it, is that I have the dialogue they have with the people is just bad. So if they would actually made it good, I wouldn't have cared. But here's another thing about the bear that I liked. He killed this one guy, or she, excuse me. She killed this one guy. I forgot who. I think it might have been the guy who is on Modern Family. He got torn up, and he snorted coke off of his leg. I think it was him. I'm not sure. I'm not for sure it was him 100%, but yeah. And yeah, this is my last positive thing I have here. It's short and fast paced. So if you're going to see this movie, you're not going to waste that much time watching it. It was an hour and 30 minutes, and it kind of did feel like an hour and 30 minutes, though. Like, it's just... No, it felt a little longer, actually. It felt like 2 hours to me. I don't know. It was just... But the pace was fine. I just don't know. It felt kind of longer, but it's a short movie, so, time will not be dilated different ways if you watch it. So, yeah, that's my last positive for it that I can think of right now. Let's get to the negatives, and I got a pretty big list here. The first thing I have down here is the acting. Acting was pretty terrible. Even Ray Liotta, I thought he did pretty bad in this movie. Not that he had much to do. Like, he had a big role to have. Like, it was just like everybody probably knew this was going to be a stupid movie, and you can't like overact. But it was just like, it just seemed like nobody cared in this movie. Like, I don't know. It's just Ray Liotta. I mean, respect to Ray Liotta. I'm not saying he's a bad actor. He's one of my favorites because he's been in a lot of good movies I love. So, but like this one, man, since he died, it's like, I don't know if this is a good send off for him. But he did what he could with the freaking script. I just didn't like. People are saying he was good. I did not think. Everyone in this movie I thought sucked except the bear. So maybe the detective guy was the only good one, but even then he had like weird lines. But I think that relates to the directing. So yeah, I'm gonna get to the directing pretty soon down here. Another thing I have down here is that it's supposed to be stupid, but was more stupid than it was supposed to be. Yeah, like I said earlier, I went into this with expectations of it being stupid, but really enjoyable. Like, I wouldn't say The Room stupid enjoyable because that will probably never be beat because that movie is just so outrageous, so like outrageously stupid that nothing could top it. But I didn't think it was be like that. But I at least thought it was gonna be, a fun, enjoyable movie. I'm like, when I think back, looking on it yesterday, I feel like I had a bad time. I don't know. And they had a $35 million budget, and they've already doubled it, so good for them at least. Um, if you have $35 million to make a movie, you cannot make a stupid movie. You have to put. The only thing they put effort into was the CGI bear and like some of the effects the like there was a severed head in the movie. Oh my god, that looked like it looked like it was actually severed off. Like it was pretty crazy. That was the one really great thing I could commend this movie for is the effects and some of it looked like the heads were practical, all the severed limbs. But yeah, so if you have a $35 million budget, you got to at least try with these actors. Kids, kids are hit or miss usually. I think in It, both of the It's, not Chapter 2, but the It from 2017 and the It from 1990, great kid actors. They're not always going to be like that though. So yeah, that was yeah, $35 million is too much for it to be stupid and stupid. It has to be stupid and fun. It cannot be stupid and stupid. Um, Next thing I have here are the gruesome deaths were pretty much the same. Yeah, there were some differences in the deaths, but the ones like there was like four times. This happened four times in the movie where someone got mauled by a bear, and like half of their leg would just show up on the fucking screen. It would get thrown out like, oh my god, he ripped off the leg, like, or she ripped off the leg, the bear. It's like you're just reusing these legs or something because looks like exactly what you're doing. Like, I don't know, maybe it's the coke making the bear like focus in on that specific part of your body, but I don't think they're thinking that deep into it. Um, the one actor, my next thing is Ice Cube's son, O'Shea Jackson Jr. I have the cast right here. I didn't want to forget anybody. Um, there is a scene with these delinquents, who I'll get to later, in the bathroom, and it was like so forced with everything, and like, he they wanted to try to like kill him or take his money or whatever because they were like terrorizing other people in the park, and they have been the delinquents, and he's like the whole time. His O'Shea Jackson Jr. He did not seem intimidating whatsoever. Like we were supposed to believe like he was this tough guy, but like he did not like if Ice Cube played this role, oh, he would 100% for sure be intimidating. But he was like soft. He was talking like happily. I don't know, like, and when he was threatening the one kid, when he wouldn't tell him where the cocaine was, like he was just being, I don't know. It was just. He just was not intimidating. I would not care. If he had a gun to my head, I'd say, pull it, fucker. He was just not intimidating. But he was not terrible in this movie, though. I think that was just one of his worst scenes. I did like, the part I thought was funny about him was that he kept worrying about his jersey. Like, he got stabbed and he had to wrap his jersey around his fingers that got shot off, which I'm going to talk about later. And he was just worried about the jersey, not about his health. I thought that was one of the funnier things that happened in the movie. And about funny, this movie's not. The movie's not funny at all. Like I think me and my friend were the only young people there because there's a bunch of old people in the movie theaters. They're like middle aged too, and they were laughing at all the stupid joke scenes. I'm like, what? This is humor for like Family Guy fans who are 14 years old. This is not like when you're 23 and you're trying to find a funny movie, like this is just, it's stupid. Like this humor is stupid that they use in here. There's this one scene where the bear falls on the one guy, Eddie says his name, Alden Einrich, is that how you pronounce his name? And he's like, it's a girl bear, and they're like, how do you know? And he's like, oh, her vagina's on my ear. And he's literally like, his head is not anywhere near where her vagina would be. Like maybe if you said her mommy milkers, yeah, that would make a lot more sense. But that was a stupid joke. There's just a bunch of stupid jokes. I don't even remember them because they were that bad. Like it was all, you could tell the director this is not her strong suit. Next thing I have is that it ends ends abruptly. They jump in the water and escape. Yeah, they uh it it just didn't feel like it should have ended there, although I wanted it to end cuz I wanted to leave. But it was just like, okay, well, all these people survived. Like, you killed all the characters that were in the movie for like 5 minutes or whatever, except the park ranger. Um, but it's like, so are we just gonna live happily ever after? We're not gonna talk about what just happened with this cocaine bear. He's still out there. That bear is still out there. And in reality, the bear died, and it didn't do anything of this. I know it says inspired by true events, but it is none of this is true except for the cocaine and the bear doing cocaine. And yeah, so but I didn't. That's the part that I don't care about. You know, you make it. I'm glad they made it this way, where they made the bear like attack people. But like, if you're gonna do it, like I said, you gotta do it right. I don't care if you're trying to make it stupid. Make it stupidly funny. None of this shit was funny in here, and the ending was just all right. Let's just end this. You know, bada bing, bada boom. We're gonna be done. And yeah, everyone is a peaceful message at the end, like, "Oh, I'm your mother." But the whole time, that actor, what's her name here, Carrie Russell. I already hated this woman as an actress before, and she was just terrible in this movie. Um, she tried to act like a mom, but like, it was more like a mom that is barely in her life, and I think it was hard for me to pay attention to this movie, but I think it's that her and her husband split up or something. She took custody of the kid. I don't know. Don't quote me on that because I don't know if that's true. But she did not seem like the mom of this kid, because they seemed like they had a disconnect. Yeah, and they didn't have much time to connect in the beginning of the movie, so maybe that's why. But like, still, like, I did not feel that was her mom. Um, Another thing here is the guy at the beginning, what this movie's about, jumps off a plane and dies, and his whole body, excuse me, his whole body is still intact. Yeah, when they show the body of the guy who jumped from a plane, or whatever, not jumped, he fell. His whole body is like, he has a cut on his forehead. That's it. If you hit the ground from like however high you were in the air, dude, you're splatting. I don't fucking care. That was dumb as fuck. Not in a good way. Like I said, you might be like, well, this movie's supposed to be stupid. It's like, well, you got to make it stupid, but you got to make it good. You still have to make it make sense with $35 million. Like, you can't just make a stupid movie and get away with everything because it's stupid. Like, that's just like me doing work. Like, oh, I'm gonna work at the post office, be like, hey, I'm delivering mail, but I'm stupid. But you gotta do it right. Yeah, I don't care if you're stupid or not. You just gotta deliver the mail. As long as you do that, that's fine. I'm not gonna like go deliver mail and then start making cheeseburgers at McDonald's. That's what they're doing here. And then another thing about with the body being intact, another thing happened. Ice Cube's son, he got shot in his hand, and his 2 fingers came off, and he barely bled. And it was just like, if your fingers came off, you'd be bleeding for a while. I know they showed it bleeding like in one scene, and then it just stopped. Yeah, that was yeah. And then another thing about this O'Shea Jackson Jr., Ice Cube's son, they had this whole emotional moment at the end. Oh, I'm in his arms. I'm in Eddie's arms. Oh, it was like, it was all this emotional scene, like fucking Stranger Things does. Like, oh, Sadie Sink, yeah, she's gonna die for sure. No, she's not. Like, I fucking hate Stranger Things now. But they had this whole emotional scene where like the guy, Ice Cube's son, was gonna die. Like, they made it seem like he was gonna die. Like, he couldn't breathe. Like, he was shaking a little bit, and his voice was like going away. Like, he could barely talk. And next thing you know, it's like the woman comes, the mom. She's a nurse. She's like, oh, I'm a nurse, and then like goes up to him, and then it cuts, and then they're both in the truck at the end of when the movie is about to end. It's like, all right, well, what did you do? Did you like? You applied pressure to the fucking wound, because he got shot on accident by the Ray Liotta. Dude, you cannot and you got a long walk back. Like, you got to swim out of this fucking river or creek, whatever, and you got to walk all the way back. And 2 seconds before you were about to die. Like, there's no way you would live. Fucking that pissed me off. Not that I was attached to the character or anything, but it's like if you're gonna do that shit, kill him. That's what I hate about Stranger Things, because you had all these people, these characters, like, oh my god, will they come back next season? Of course they're gonna fucking come back. What are you, stupid? That you're wasting a whole fucking thing on this emotion, like with Lucas and well, her name's Max. I couldn't think of her. I could know her actors' names, but I didn't know her actual name in the show. Max and Lucas. Lucas was crying, holding her, like, "Oh no, oh my God, you're gonna die!" Like the whole time watching, I'm like, "No, she's fucking not. Why are you making this emotional scene if it's not gonna fucking matter?" Fuck Stranger Things. That used to be one of my favorite shows, and then it just went downhill. Okay, another thing here about the fucking what some of the most of the movies about is cocaine. Do they even know what cocaine does to somebody? When they first show the cocaine after they throw it out of the plane, that scene, the two kids, the mom's daughter and the mom's daughter's friend, Christian Convery and Brooklyn Prince. Brooklyn Prince plays Dee Dee, and the other guy plays Henry. Other kid plays Henry. They're both 13 years old, or around there at least, and they find the cocaine, and they the little kid tries to act cool like he's done cocaine before, and the kid's like, you know, how much am I supposed to do? The girl Dee Dee was like, how much am I supposed to do? And he's like, a tablespoon. So they have a knife, and she puts like probably more than a tablespoon. It's like a mountain of this cocaine, and she puts it in her mouth, and then she spits it out. But like, there's still a lot of cocaine in her mouth, and she's small, and she's 13. And like nothing happens to her. Like you would think she might go, cardiac arrest. Like she did spit most of it out, but there's a lot that got in there. Like you probably swallowed some of it too. And same with the kid, he did the same thing, and nothing happened to them. And that's the only reasonable actor in this movie with the effects of cocaine that happened to them. Wow, that was sort of like a messed up sentence right there. The only actor that portrayed a cocaine effect was the bear, and the bear was CGI. Everyone else, like, who was on cocaine here, like nothing happened. It was just like, all right, well, I just did like 5 grams of cocaine. It was more than that. It was probably like 20 grams or something. I'm fine. I don't know. It was just like they didn't show them being energetic. They were just like, it was just like they didn't even do cocaine. It's like, what's the point of you doing it if nothing's gonna happen? The directing by Elizabeth Banks. That's my next thing here. Completely terrible. She should never direct another movie. That's all I gotta say. She clearly does not know how to work with actors. I think she's an actor herself, which just stick to that. I've never really watched anything that she's been in either, so like I don't really care for her at all. But she should never make another movie in her life. And then there's this other weird character. It's a cop that like is friends with a detective, Isaiah Whitlock Jr., Bob, and her name's Officer Reba. They made it seem like she was like his right hand man, in detective work. Like he's like, and the detective was gonna go down to where the cocaine was at, and he's like, "Could you please watch my dog?" And she's like, "Okay." And then the detective is on top of the gazebo when he found the cocaine, and he like has everyone held hostage there with a gun. And then the other cop comes, who was his right hand man, and it turns out that she is working for Ray Liotta, the cocaine people. And then like that would be okay and all, but like it was pointless. Like because not because it was like unexpected. It was a little unexpected that was going to happen. I was not thinking that was going to happen at all, because I thought she was just going to be in the beginning and be done. But they go looking for the cocaine, and she gets afraid of the bear, and she goes, and yeah, it's just like, well, you're going to help Ray Liotta out, but then you're going to leave. Like, why? What's the point of helping him out if you're just going to, not be there? Like, you would think if you have a character that comes in like that, you got to like make use of them. But she did literally nothing except watch a dog. She was pretty bad at acting too. Oh yeah, but another thing about that cop, the woman cop, when they found the body that jumped out of the plane, her shirt, this is very, very, very picky. Don't even mind this one. I'm just telling you. Her shirt was not ironed, and it was fucking pissing me off. Dude, like, you have a movie and you don't even iron your shirts. Get a damn iron and fucking iron it. Sorry, just ate. I got fucking shit in my throat. Yeah, like that made me mad, but it was so stupid. So don't even mind that. But like, just like if you look at it in the movie, you'll see what I'm talking about. Um, and this is the last thing I have down here. The delinquent kids that, like I said, were trying to beat up Ice Cube's son. They were just very poorly acted. They reminded me of that one character in Clerks 2 who just acted really weird. Like I didn't get his mojo, like, but at least that movie was still enjoyable and it was so wacky, like it was funny. Um, but they were just like it was so weird the way they acted. Like it was not like they weren't. It's like they were trying so hard to be like a weirdo, if that makes sense. I don't know. It was just they were cringy. I couldn't. I did not like watching them on screen. I'm sorry. So yeah, don't take what I have to say. Don't make that make you change your opinion on it. Like if you like the movie, that's fine. I somewhat enjoyed it. I'm kind of glad I saw it because if I would have waited for streaming, I would have turned it off. So, um, if in theaters, you get to see the full movie. You can't really leave unless the movie is really, really bad, which this movie isn't. There's some positives to it, but like I said, it's not as much as the negatives. So yeah, go see it if you want. But I would prefer that you watch it high or drunk or tripping even. But the bear might scare you if you're tripping with the killings and stuff. Um, but yeah, I'd probably give the movie 4 out of 10. That's just my honest opinion. Very mid, very mid. I had little expectations, little to, little. I wouldn't say little expectations, but it was like I was pretty excited to see it because I just want to see a stupid, funny movie. But it turned out being a stupid, stupid movie. So yeah, go go watch it if you want, like I said. But I would not be sober if I were you. Be on cocaine, honestly. Go to the bathroom. You could take a break during this movie. You're really not going to miss anything. There's a lot of scenes where the bear's not in. They have to do the dialogue with the other characters, and yeah, you got time. So go to the bathroom, grab your coke, and snort some up, and hey, you might enjoy it. But for me personally, movie was trash. I might give it a 3 out of 10. I never want to see it again. Yeah, so that's just my full, honest, and humble opinion. So yeah, that's about it. I did not think this review was gonna be this long, but I hope you enjoyed my words of reviewing. All right, have a good one out there.